One of the craziest things is that people are so afraid of committing. And as an event organizer, it's kind of like our job to convince people to come to our event. All these people, they have so many options. They can go literally maybe right around the corner to another venue, or on the same day, you have maybe 5 to 10 different events happening. So how do you get people to actually commit and show up to your event? And that's one of the hardest things to do as an event organizer. And this is what I want to talk about in this video today. I want to show you guys some strategies on how you can get your first 100 tickets. And I've sold out over 50 events, and I've also worked with many clients who've also sold out their events. And I'm going to share with you the top strategies that they use to sell out their events. So let me introduce you guys to the virtual pre-launch. So this is basically audience building. And there are many different types and different forms of audience building. And one of the first ways is to do something for free. So before you launch your event, you want to host a free webinar. This free webinar will then bring people into your community, essentially your email list. Once you host something for free, this adds value. You're gonna teach real value in this webinar, not the watered down stuff, like actual real value. And the reason you wanna do this is because you wanna warm people up. You wanna get people to know, like, and trust you. And when someone knows, likes, and trusts you, they're much easier to convert. So the free webinar is essentially audience building. So you can literally do this, and then at the end of the webinar, you do an offer. You tell everyone who's on the webinar that, hey, I'm hosting a free event in X amount of weeks. And if you like this, definitely come to this event. And I'm going to give you a discounted price, an early bird price, just for being on this webinar with us today. So for creators, for event organizers, the key and the trick is to figure out what can you give out for free that allows you to build an audience. Like for example, my record label, Lolantis, we are going to do a raffle, or we're going to give out a free ticket to our future events because we want to capture them and bring them into our ecosystem so we can then nurture them. So for those creators who are doing a workshop or a conference, anything where you're transferring information or education as a product, the best way to sell your tickets in advance is to host something for free, add value to a community. A lot of creators nowadays are doing webinars or workshops or creating a short mini course and giving that out to people for free and then offering a ticket at a discounted price. And again, the entire point of this is to build likability. You want people to know, like, and trust you. And that's how you get people to convert. I literally just got off a call with another artist who is like, he does events in a bunch of cities and he sold out some of his events, but he had no idea why they sold out. And the reason is because when you're doing events with clubs, the clubs control the data. They control the ticketing. So you can sell 100 tickets, 200 tickets, and they keep all the data. That data is the most important thing. It's what allows you to nurture your list and keep your list engaged and add value to your list. But without that, it's super hard. So the solution to it is you need to figure out a way that allows you to build your own audience. And this is where the pre-launch method that I just told you about is really handy. It allows you to build and grow an audience in cities before you even get there. And that's how I've been able to sell out a bunch of my events in cities that I've literally never been to. I figure out what can I add that's valuable, and then I run ads to that city, collect a bunch of data, a bunch of emails, and then sell them my ticket when the event approaches. It's really that simple, and it's the easiest form of community building. You figure out what you can add of value. You then run ads to a city and location. You capture all this data, and then you do retargeting and email marketing. It's that simple. Scarcity is super powerful. And most event organizers, they only have one ticket price on their website. When you have one ticket price on your website, no one is going to buy right away because they think they can wait. They think there's no urgency. The next thing you can do to get your first 100 tickets is use tiered ticket pricing. Use scarcity. For example, you have $97 ticket. You have $197, $297, $397. And every time one of those ticket tiers sell out, you make sure everyone knows this. You have to use that in your marketing. You have to use that in your email marketing, in your paid ads. So say you have 50 tickets at $97. As the ticket price gets closer to that being sold out, people need to know that as well. 90% of the tier 1 tickets sold out, 50% of tier 2 tickets sold out. Using urgency is one of the fastest ways to get people to take action. And that's what it is. It's a mechanism that allows people to take action. Otherwise, they're just gonna wait. And the reason it's so effective is because people don't wanna miss out. Like if they know they're gonna have to pay a higher price, or if they know that they're gonna go to your event anyways, then they're just gonna get the ticket now. So instead of waiting till 3 days before the event is here to use urgency, you have to force it or create urgency. And that's really the secret to getting tickets to move fast, is using urgency. Tiered ticket pricing, early bird, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Make sure it's known in your marketing. Make sure it's shown on the website. And urgency is something that will never go away. It's human psychology. If someone thinks they're gonna miss out on something, they take action. All right, time to find the next location to film in. I see a bench over there that I might check out. I'm actually filming in public too. And I thought I was really good on camera, but try filming in public. So I came to the park where it's kind of empty and not so many people around. But yeah, I'll work my way up to filming in public in a more crowded place. And that's the goal, to get there. And the reason I'm doing this also is because I'm a touring artist and I'm an event organizer myself, and I go to all these places and I want to take you guys on a journey with me. So, gotta overcome that fear and keep doing it. Keep pushing forward. Gotta get out that comfort zone. Now, the next tip is that your existing email list buys first, always. So a lot of you guys are always hunting. You're hunting to add new people to your list to sell tickets, but in reality, the people most likely to buy are the ones already on your list. You've already gave them value in the past, and as a result, they joined your list either through purchasing something from you or from getting a free resource from you. And now you have all these people here and you're just not following up with them. You're not reaching out to them. You're literally just letting them go cold. And the first thing you want to do if you want to get more sales for your upcoming event is hit up your email list. Literally just email them consistently. Regarding cadence, the further you are out, the less emails you send. And then as you get closer and closer to the event, you send more emails more frequent. So the week of the event, you should be sending at least an email every single day. If you want to get ticket sales before your event goes live, you need to offer your existing database early access code or give them early bird tickets. Because you're on my list already, I'm going to give you guys early bird ticket pricing at X price. This immediately makes them feel special, and since you've already added value to them in some capacity, they're more likely to buy. And make sure you're setting deadlines on all your early bird access. Again, scarcity. If you send your email list a early bird discount price, you need to say this code or this price expires in 10 days, or you have X amount of hours to take up this ticket price or else it's gone forever. And that's the only way you can really push people and get people to take action towards the sale. These people already know you, like you, and trust you. So make sure you're utilizing that. So one tip is to never launch publicly until you hit up your email list first. Do not ever let your email list go cold. And this is why most event organizers, whenever they're doing an event, it feels like they're starting over. Every event should feel easier and easier, not like you're starting over. So the best way to do that is to keep your audience engaged. Don't let them go cold and give them early access because they're in your community already. All right, this one is community positioning. And this one changes everything about how you talk to your audience. And here's an example. When you're trying to market your event, don't say the social media conference. That's literally too generic and that could mean anything. Instead, say something like the viral content event for creators. Now, people know exactly what the event is for and who it's for. And they feel like they're joining a movement rather than sitting in a classroom. So don't say, come learn from me. Say, come and join this community of creators looking to grow in social media. And it makes them feel like there's a bunch of people there doing exactly what they do. And that's the feeling you need to make people feel, is that they're coming and being a part of a community. And when you position it as a community activity or a community gathering rather than a lecture, people actually buy faster. Because FOMO hits a lot different when people are missing out on an activity that they know will be good and valuable to them because of the people in the room. Like, who cares about missing out on an educational experience? But if you miss out on meeting other creators or other people in your niche who are doing exactly what you're doing, going through the same issues, struggles, problem as you, you're gonna wanna be there. Because if everyone there is like them, then the room is probably full with really dope people. And who wants to miss going to an event and meeting a lot of really dope people, or meeting potential people who understands exactly how you feel and probably have been exactly where you are. So change your messaging and change how you communicate inside of your marketing, and this should fix a lot for you. All right, and the next one is affiliate seeding. So 30 days before your event, you're gonna reach out to 10 to 20 affiliates or potential creators or people in your space who have an audience that can sell tickets. Again, this is powerful because people who have audience already have a warm list, and a warm list is much easier to sell. So when you find 10 to 20 creators and get them to sell tickets to their audience, you're now going to fill your event a lot faster. And the trick with this is you do this before the event even goes live. This way, when your event do go live, you are starting with 50 to 100 ticket sales rather than at 0. And the way you're gonna reach out to these people is, hey, I'm doing an event and I would love for you to be an affiliate for this event. And I think your audience will value it. And I will give you X% of every single ticket sales. It's that simple. You just find 10 to 20 creators and send this message to them. But you want to be careful with this because affiliates eat into your profits. So it helps a lot to help you sell tickets to your event, and strategically it makes sense, especially if you're just starting out, because now you're capturing other people's audiences, but it does eat into your profits. So be careful with that one. All right, guys, so this is my attempt to do something different. I got tired of sitting in front of the teleprompter in my office and just reading a script. So decided to do something I've always wanted to do and go outside and create a video in a vlog style. So if you guys have any feedback, drop it in the comments. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. And this is the first part of a 2-video series. So the next video, I'm going to give you 4 to 5 more tips on how to get your first 100 ticket sale. So I'll see you guys in that video, either over here or over there.